Good morning, everybody. This is Drew Hopley, lead agent with the Donovan Home Team, coming at you today from my home office for a market update. This is a question we've been getting quite constantly here to wind down the year. What is going to happen next year? People have acknowledged that we've really had continuous home growth in prices for the last 4 years and are wondering, hey, are we due for a correction? Which is a perfectly legitimate question and certainly not the easiest answer, but I want to just kind of shed some light on a few things here today. And as always, feel free to reach out to us with any specific questions. It's always important to remember real estate is hyper local. So some of the macro trends I'm going to talk about today and national trends, they might not be indicative of what's going on in your neighborhood. And more importantly, it might not even be indicative of what's going on at your price range, right? So as always, feel free to reach out to us with any questions and concerns. So I think the number one question we've been getting is, are we going to see a downturn? Are prices going to come down? And that's a fundamental question. I think the one thing that I want to remind people is that the last housing downturn was precipitous, right? The Great Recession. And I think it's really important to remember that the rising prices is not really what caused that recession. It was actually people being in mortgages that they could not afford, right? So it's important to remember that the last 10 years, the lending standards have increased dramatically, okay? So it's the people that are in homes now tend to be much more qualified to be in their homes than they were 10, 12 years ago, all right? I have a stat right here. In 2017, the average credit score of a homeowner was 734, which was up from 700 in 2006. And more importantly, the bottom 10% of homeowners, their credit score in 2017 was 649. In 2006, it was 602. Okay, so the quality of the homeowner and borrower today is much greater. Some of the national economic news we're seeing as well is really good. Unemployment's at a 17-year low. It's down at 4.1%. So a lot of the economic data that we're seeing is positive. Certainly there are extemporaneous factors such as, international politics and stock market, other factors that affect real estate, and you should certainly consult with your financial planner or real estate expert regarding some of those things. Couple fun facts. Actually, nationwide, 31 of the 50 largest metros are now back at pre-recession prices. All right, so nationally, the home prices have recovered very well. Locally, in the D.C. metro, which would include Montgomery County, Northern Virginia, as well as Baltimore City and the counties surrounding there, we're actually still about 10% lower than pre-recession prices. So the median price in our area is still hovering about 10% lower than peak prices in '06. So all this being said, what does this mean for us? Okay, interest rates are remaining low. Okay, the market was super hot at the beginning of 2017, sort of tapered off here recently. I think we're going to see a really nice balanced market for 2018. Okay, it's going to be really, again, it's going to be price dependent. We're seeing that 400,000 and less price point be very active. Higher price points, not quite as much. So it might be a great time for you to think about moving up, capitalize on being a seller at the lower price point and a buyer at the higher price point. But as always, feel free to reach out to us with any questions and concerns. I hope you found this helpful. And I wish you guys a most wonderful and abundant Thanksgiving and happy holidays. And we'll be speaking to you in 2018. All right, take care.